Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of How to Program in Java, and we're going to continue from where we left off. So, in the last video, we learned how to use if statements, and we're going to learn in this video how to use voids. So, if you don't think you don't know how to use voids, you're lying to yourself, because if you look right here, we already did this stuff. It's just that we had to set up a main void to start our program. So let's look in void. It's kind of like a type, I think, but basically a void, think of it as a box that holds code. Think of a broken down Xbox that doesn't work, and we're just opening the lid and we're just putting stuff in there because the capacitor exploded on it. Let's just think we're just going to put stuff in there and use that as a nice fancy looking box, and we're going to put stuff in it and we're just going to run it. I know that absolutely makes no sense, but it's just a joke. So how do we create a void? You can create a void anywhere within a class, and you can define whether a void is public or private. And we already looked in public and private types in the last video, few videos, and I think you'll figure it out. So we're going to make a void called public static void. Well, I did say in the last video we're gonna deprecate the system out print line thing, because that's really annoying. So if you want to do this, you can, but if you don't, that's cool. So just letting you know, if you see for the rest of the series, you see the print dot, it's the same thing. So I'm going to create a class here. Give me a moment. I'm trolling myself right now. Alright. I'm going to create a new class called text. And I'm going to open text here. We're going to make public static void print. And then we're going to take, alright, so I'm going to show you something. So we just created a void. Again, you can make it public or private. I'm going to make this public. So basically after void, you put the name of the void. And I'm going to show you how to access a void here in a bit. It's actually really easy. And voids can be used just like a number would be. Like, think of, we're calling if I equals something, and then we're picking up the number from I. It's basically the same thing, but think of a variable that contains code, which makes it super easy because we can make these things called functions. We can call them anytime in our program, and they'll give us information. So let's say we made a void called high score, or get high score, and at the end of the game, after it adds, to some public high score stuff, right? At the end of the game, we call that function get high score, and it's going to tell us our high score. This is kind of what you can use it for. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a void called print, which is going to receive text, and it's going to put back text to the user. So it's going to be really easy. So one thing you can do with voids is you can have input like points. I don't know what they're called, but basically you can create types within these parentheses, and it's going to require, whenever you call it, for you to pass in that information. So I'm going to give you an example of how this can be used, but we're going to start with a simple thing. We're going to start with string s, and that's basically it. So this S is good here. You can do that. But there's going to be times in your ID when you're going to want to look at, okay, what am I supposed to put in here? Give me an idea. So a good rule of thumb is to put in something to define what it is. So maybe text input, you know what I'm saying? That way, when you look in your ID and you're confused at what I'm supposed to put in each one, you're not just looking at S and B and N, and it's actually telling you what to put in. So that's a good rule of thumb for later on when you're programming. All right, so what are we going to do? We're just going to call system.out. I'm sorry, system.print. You see, this is why I want to get rid of this. Is yeah. So system.out.print line. And then what are we going to do? Well, we're going to take whatever we get, text input, and there we go. We just turned system.out.println into simply print. So all I need to do is I need to extend text into our program, and we went into extends and all that. And now I can do print dot. I can just do print like this. Hello. Hello world. Boom. And if you're, this is basically how you do that. And now I can just call print, and that's going to be the same thing. And I don't have to type system.out.println. So I can just use this from now on. And that's what we're going to do for the rest of the series. So if you see print, it's still system.out.println. And I want to make sure you know this, because if you're going to start programming and you're just going to start from scratch later on once you're done with the series, don't forget that system.out.println is the same as print. Okay, I don't want you to get in the habit of just using print and being confused. Remember, it's still system.out.println. So I'm just doing this because it's really annoying typing this out over and over and over again when we could just simply do print, and it's easier to look at. And I'm going to do another print, and I'm going to show you. It'll print just the same. It's the same thing. You see? All right, so quick question though. Look, so this is what I was talking about when you don't know what you're supposed to input, because it's going to tell you right here, the method print string in the type text is not applicable for the arguments, blah blah. And you see, look, it's going to say add argument print string, and then we add that, and it's just going to give you an idea of what you need to put in. So I'm just saying, there's circumstances where it'll tell you each of the items you're supposed to put in. I don't know why it's not doing it here, but I've seen it do it before, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we got that out of the way. Just if you want to follow along with using print instead, just do what I just did. All right, so we just did our first void, and congratulations. All right, so we want to make a new void. Let's get rid of access because we don't need this anymore. All right, let's create a void to give you an example of what you can really do with like different, with kind of speaking silly, with different inputs. All right, public static void. What are we going to call this? We're just going to call it server just for the heck of it. We're going to create a string called username, and this is then actually going to be a server. So you can put as many of these parameters as you want. So I can do boolean type. I can do int room. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this username, type, and room, and we're going to make some kind of junk program that does absolutely nothing, but makes it look like it's doing something, because we're just trying to get into how to use this. So we have a username, we have a type, and I really don't get, actually, we're just going to call it boolean b, because actually, or call it boolean access, why not? So if access equals true, then we can run our program. If access equals false, then we're going to tell ourselves print, well, I got access denied. Alright, if access equals true now we're going to build within access here our program. And this is going to be another kind of extension of our if statement video, because I'm going to give you more examples of what you can do. So I'm not going to explain it out, but I'm going to write it out. And I think you'll be able to understand, if you understand scope, you understand what you're supposed to put in things, it's going to be a lot easier. A lot of the hardest part of programming is the brackets. That's the one thing people have a problem with, because you got all these random brackets all over. Just slow down, calm down, and just look at it in a way as, oh, this can see up to here. You see what I'm saying? Don't get confused, all right? Try not to get confused. All right, so if access equals true, what do we do? Well, we're going to check a number of things. We're going to check if I'm going to create 5 different rooms, and if room equals 1, this is a junk program. It's just gonna give you an example. Room equals 2, and this has a lot to do with voids, by the way. If you think I'm just going off, I'm about to show you something that's about to make a ton of sense, and you're gonna see why you're gonna want to probably use this for certain things. Room equals 4, and if room equals 5, we got 5 rooms. And I'm gonna check if room is greater than 5. Actually, that's not greater than. If room is greater than 5, then we're gonna just print room does not exist. So you see, I'm actually building out a design right here for a program. You see how easy it is getting to build a design for a program. Now, understandably, this is not going to be a thing for a 3D program, but for a console program, for a simple, thing, I'm pretty much building out a design with pretty simple understanding of what I'm doing, and I don't really have to know too much. So, if room is less than 1, because we're going to want to check for that, and I'm going to just play around with this. Room does not exist. Boom. Room does not exist. You do not exist. All right, so there's 5 programmed rooms. If room is too much, it's going to say it doesn't exist. If room is too little, it's going to say it doesn't exist. So that's basically what I'm trying to get at here. All right, so we have 5 rooms, and I'm going to create 3 different kinds of rooms here. All right, 2 different kinds of rooms. So we're going to have a room that has access for a specific user, and room that has access for everybody. So we're going to create one that has access for everybody. So all we have to do is just do print welcome to room 1. And that's basically a room. Wow. This is amazing. All right, so I mean, you can get creative with this stuff. I mean, if you figure out how to do basic things, you're going to be able to make games and stuff. I mean, I'm not going to be able to show you graphics for a little while, but I'm definitely not the graphics guy. All right, so we're going to check for room 3. It's going to be a little special. Room 3 needs a specific user. Room 3 needs the username. Remember, we did dot contains, and I'm going to just do lowercase just for the heck of it, because it's just a good rule of thumb. Dot to lowercase dot contains. Yes, and I'm going to put Joe Biden. Wow. Yes, everybody's favorite president. And we have an error here. I didn't end the string. I ended the string. Let me put that there. And oh, error's gone. All right, so I'm going to copy this. Welcome to room 3. Welcome to room 3. Welcome to room 3, Mr. President. All right, room 4. Anyone can come in. Very inclusive room. Also very diverse and equitable. This is kind of a jab at the Biden presidency right now. I probably just lost half of my viewers here, but that's okay. Only two people are going to click on this, so at least I'll still have one. Alright, so here, welcome to room 5, and we have to be, who do we need to be? We need to be Janet Yellen to get in here. Alright, and now, welcome to the Department of the Treasury. Oh, man. Alright, we just created 5 rooms, checking if the room is too little, checking if the room is too much, and we created a couple parameters here. So now we're going to actually do something here, and I know it's called yard, but so we got to do yard equals new yard dot what's it called? Server. All right, so we're gonna do we're gonna start with oh, look, here it is. So we have username, Boolean access, int room. So this is why I said you should do it like this. Okay. So we're going to do username. We're going to do Christian Chapman. All right. I'm coming in. Now, let's say that we set this to false. What the heck happens, man? Well, it says hello world because I still put this here, so I'm going to get rid of that. Alright, so now you're about to understand why we just did all that junk, because look, access denied because we set this to false, you see? So I'm going to show you this. Remember, if access is true, we do all this. If access is false, we just say access denied. So I'm going to set this Boolean access to true. And we're going to go into room 1. So this is a room. Think of this as a room. But hold on. Let me put room 0. Let's do that. Oh, room does not exist because remember we checked for if it's less than 1 because there's only 5 rooms. So if it's less than 1, it doesn't exist. If it's more than 5 because there's only 5 rooms, then it's going to also say room does not exist. So, yeah. So, let's just do Christian Chapman true 1. Welcome to room 1. We just made it into room 1. Let's go to room 2. Let's check out room 2. Oh, welcome to room 2. All right, let's check out room 3, huh? How do we do that? Oh, nothing happened. Okay. Well, we do know that only Joe Biden is allowed into room 3. So I'm going to call myself Joe Biden, and because I did 2 lowercase, I can do Joe Biden in like this, and it's still going to work. And it's going to say, welcome to room 3, Mr. President. All right, let's go to room 4. Anybody could go in here. Oh, well, very inclusive room, also very diverse and equitable. Yep. All right, thanks, John Kirby. All right, next. The last room, we do know that only Janet Yellen can come into, right? The last room. And this is the room that's most important because you can print trillions of dollars without any oversight. Really, you can in here. This is, $100 bills you could wipe your behind with in this room. So we're going to run this, and welcome to the Department of the Treasury. Wow. You see what I'm saying? This is what you can do. This is what the kind of stuff you can do, and you saw how easy it was. I didn't have to run like 10,000 different things just to get this to work. All I had to do was create server, call the username, whether it's accessible or not, and ask what room I'm gonna go into, and then I'm checking. Okay, room 1, anyone can go in here. Room 2, anyone can go in here. Room 3, you have to be Joe Biden. If you're in there, then you can come in. Room 4 is inclusive. Room 5, you have to be Janet Yellen. So this is basically, you know, you're if you start with console programs, you're going to be able to do more things. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you figured everything out. I'm going to clear this out now. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Goodbye and God bless you.